Hi everyone, this is Reverend Frederick Vokey with your new installment on the videos that we're calling The New Foundation. You know, I've already done a few videos and people are asking me, what is the New Foundation all about? If you are sensitive to energy, and a lot of us people are, then you know that in the year 2000, a new energy came across the planet. And this has everything to do with what we talked about before with the consciousness of the world being on the rise. And with this energy that came across the planet, it actually took several years for this energy to settle in and take hold. And in 2007, this energy took what was called a quantum leap. And within 2007 and 2008, so actually September 2007, September 2008, many changes happened around the world. A lot of stock markets just fell. The economy of many different countries were in trouble. All kinds of weather pattern changes and all kinds of events happening, natural events happening around the world. And a lot of those natural events are still happening today. And it all has to do with a change of energy. Moving out all of the old energy and bringing in new energy to work with this higher consciousness. And what the higher consciousness is, well, consciousness means a better understanding. Becoming more aware of what you are, who you are, where you came from, and where you're going after this life is over. See, we're not just human beings. We're actually spiritual beings inside a human body. The human body is what the spirit uses to walk around with, but it's a lot more to it than that, but that's not for this video. This video is all about the new foundation that we need to create to go along with this new consciousness or this higher consciousness level. Because the old foundation that we have been using with the medical association, the FDA, the pharmaceutical companies, the political situation, how it works, our governments, how our governments are elected, all these things, they're all the old foundation. And they need to be changed. They need to be overhauled, shall we say. I mean, you're not going to continue driving an old car into today unless you keep it up to date. You have to do all the pollution things that needs to be done with it to make sure that it can run in today's society. Well, these things are not running in today's society. They are merely just clinging on. And we need to do is to reorganize and redo these things and move them forward. The organization that I work with is called OWM, O-W-M, One World Ministry. And One World Ministry is not a spiritualist group. They're not a metaphysics group. What we are is something just a little bit different. Is what we call ourselves is spirit physics. And the reason why we call ourselves spirit physics is because we put spirit first, the energy of God, spirit first. And we put the science or the physics second. But really, it's a lot to do with science. There's a lot more to do with science than it has to do with religion. Because religion, you're talking about the old scriptures, and you're following the old scriptures, and we can debate this until the cows come home, so the saying goes. And we'll never agree that those scriptures are actually interpreted and written properly. How many times have they been rewritten, and the mind of a human is the one that is writing them. And there are so many things in there that is just not right. It's that way. So we're looking at spirit physics, taking the energy of spirit, the energy of God, and putting it into the science of energy, working with the energy of God, because it's all about energy. And what we do and where we go and what we do with that energy while we're here. See, we know that we are the creators of our own universe, our own reality. And by creating our own reality, everything that we do, everything that we say, every emotion that we have, all goes into creating our own reality. And if you know all this, then you know how to work it and create your own reality to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Be the things that you want to be. Go where you want to go. You can do all of these things if you know how this energy works. And you can work with this energy. And you know what? It's only just the learning thing. We go to school to learn. Well, you can learn about this stuff too. You can learn how to use it. And it's simpler than math. Put it that way. When I first got involved in spiritual activities was in 1997. And within the first 2 years, I read well over 100 books on the whole thing. And not just on spiritual, but on energy, and the pros and cons on energy, and how to work with this energy. And then I became a lot more intuitive myself, and I started writing things, and I started receiving information from the universal mind. Let me give you one little thing that's different with spirit physics as it is with spiritualism. Why are we a little bit different? When I was being trained in spiritualism, they kept saying, well, put the ego aside when you're dealing with spirit, because there's no place dealing with spirit. The ego has no place when you're dealing with spirit. And when you're working with spirit a lot, or if you're working with the spirit energy every day, then you're always and constantly putting the ego aside. Well, what is the ego? The ego is the image of self, isn't it? And the ego resides in the left side of the brain. The right side of the brain is the intuitive side. The left side is the analytical side. And that's where your ego resides. And so what happens is that the ego kind of analyzes everything that's going on, because that's what it's supposed to do anyway. And it says, well, you're just putting me aside far too much. And a conflict is created. So you have a conflict within. You want to work with spirit, but the ego kind of takes over and say, okay, fine, you're working with spirit. You're this great and powerful spiritual being. And you kind of get this ego that's an inflated ego, thinking that you are so much better than everyone else. And when we're talking about egos, there's actually 3 different types of ego, not 2, 3 different types of ego. There's the inflated ego that we're just talking about. That's someone that thinks that he or she is better than everyone around them. And then there's the total opposite, which is the deflated ego, which is someone that thinks that they are not as good as all the people around them. And then there's the one that's right in between, that thinks that he or she is as good as everyone else, and everyone else is as good as him or her. And that's what you call a healthy ego. So when we're working with the spirit energy and we have a healthy ego, why do we need to put it aside? I mean, it's a healthy ego. What we do with spirit physics is that we help you to integrate both consciousness. The intuitive consciousness, the analytical consciousness, the spirit energy, and the physical energy. The spirit ego and the physical ego. Put them together, integrate them so that they become one. And once they become one, you don't think that you are a great and powerful spiritual being anymore. You know that you are a great and powerful spiritual being having a physical experience on earth. And in the knowing, you know that everyone else is also a great and powerful spiritual being having a physical experience here on earth. And in that knowing is a wonderful feeling, because you can take that knowing and you can work with that energy. And you don't have to worry about all of the old writings that tell you this or tell you that or tell you anything else, but all these rules and regulations and everything that everybody has in all these different religions. Do not be concerned with it. When I was young and going to church, they talked about the fear of God. God is going to strike you down. You're going to go to hell. Even as a very young person, I could not understand why anyone would fear God, because God is such a loving energy. Why would anyone fear this person, this energy? And what I just said is basically what we think about. When I said, why should anyone fear this person? See, God is not a person. God is an energy, but we look at God as a person. This is the way that we humans interpret God. We interpret God as, I don't know, an old man with long gray hair and a long white beard, or a long gray beard and long white hair. I don't know. God is none of those. God is an energy, an intelligent energy, the source of energy, the source of all that is, the creator for us, the creator of the universe, the creator for each and every one of us. And we carry the essence of God within. I'm going to keep this video short because I don't want to talk too much, and we got a lot more videos coming about spirit physics, about One World Ministry. And you can find our website at owmi.org. That's One World Ministry International. owmi.org. Go there, look at some more information. We have all kinds of things to offer, and it's absolutely free. This is Rev Fred, saying thank you for watching. Have a great day.